Ryan and Rory are along with us here. You guys are in the hotel room, and what is restringing your guitar right now?
Restringing the guitar for
fresh strings for a fresh new run. It's our first night out with James Barker Band, and we're so excited to be here in Canada again.
Now, okay, now, Canada again. When were you here last time?
We were just here pretty recently with we opened up for Brett Young for
back in April.
Yeah, back in April.
So what have you learned about Canada?
I have learned that I can't apparently seem to pack correctly. That's the number one thing. But no, I've learned, and I think Rory will attest to this, like the fans are just kind of next level. Like very respectful and kind of like they listen very intently, and then when the song is over, like they erupt, which was not something we kind of expected.
Yeah, we noticed that at the meet and greets also after we play our set. Like we've had some of the craziest lines ever, and we're meeting people for half hour, 45 minutes, whatever, and they're just the nicest people, man. You guys are awesome to us. So
very, very cool. So this is the second time then coming through. First, how did you guys get together? Because Ryan, you're from Nashville. Rory, you're Raleigh, North Carolina area. How did you end up kind of hooking up?
Yeah. Well, I saw Ryan open up for another country duo in Raleigh when he was doing his solo thing back in 2016, 2017, and I was just a fan watching the show. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm familiar with this guy because he had an old band back in the day that I was familiar with. And so after his set, I met him at his little meet and greet booth, took a picture, and then fast forward 5 years later, we got reconnected through a family friend and played a round of golf. On the 19th hole, we said, let's make a country duo out of this. And here we are a year and a half later.
So. And having more fun than I think we've ever had in music. So
very cool. How did you guys fight over who got top billing?
It's I think it's just kind of where our voices sit. I had written a handful of songs before I met Rory, and that was kind of my way of like trying to meet people and play people, like what the sort of the direction I thought I was going with it. And then as soon as I met him, I was like, okay, this can have a whole different life. And then we started writing songs together, which we didn't know how that was going to go. Turns out it's fantastic. The next song that we're putting out in a few weeks is a song that we wrote together. But yeah, it's just kind of where our voices sit.
Exactly. Like you can't have two Ryans singing next to each other or two Rorys either, right? So just the fact that like I have a lower timbre and his a little bit higher makes sense for the songs that we have.
If you couldn't tell by our speaking voices.
So why isn't it Rory and Ryan?
Ryan and Rory just sounds cooler, man. I'll say it.
Like, I mean, did you hear how that sounded coming out of your mouth?
Rory and Ryan. See, I'd end up slurring it. Rory and Ryan. So yeah, it works this way for you.
Well, it's got to sound good drunk too. So that's why,
Shh, don't tell anyone.
I won't.
Now, Ryan, your mom and you come from a music family. Your mom and dad, great songwriters. Tunes like "The Way You Love Me" with Faith Hill, "Lone Star Smile." The list goes on and on. "I Love You" for Martina. Rory, what's your music background?
Yeah, my dad was definitely more the musician of the family, and so because of that, I was playing piano since I was 2-3 years old, and later picked up drums, guitar, and singing. It just kind of spiraled out of control from there. And I had really supportive parents that were like, "Yeah, man, you should switch to online schooling in high school. Take college online so you can pursue music." And that led me to getting a lot of really great gigs and shows and whatnot as I grew up in high school, and got me back and forth to Nashville pretty often over the last 10 years. And as soon as Ryan and I formed our duo, I was like, I got to move out here. So
some people choose to do music and some people are born to do music. And this guy was born to do it.
Oh, and vice versa too. I mean, he was writing hits since he was a baby, basically, because of your parents. So
I want to talk about the tune "Lawn Chair in the Living Room."
Yeah.
Great harmonies, by the way. Harmonies, I think, and I want to get your take on this. Harmonies are kind of a lost thing. They're not prevalent like they used to be.
Man, that is so interesting. You're the first person to say that to us, maybe ever. But
it sounds like we're doing something different.
Yeah, that's what we were going for. I mean, we appreciate you picking up on that. Yeah, it seems like a lot of harmonies these days are either just the same singer, or it's tucked back, or they're just like it's computer done or something like that. And for us, touching back on having such different voices, we want you to be able to hear that, that there's two people in this. It's not just like a solo voice. And so that means a lot to us.
I have had a lawn chair in the living room. You guys?
Hell yeah, you have.
Yeah. Who hasn't?
You're a guy. I mean, we.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure we eat, pizza on a paper plate more than once in our lives. Right?
Yeah, it's when my wife forced me to get furniture, that was a hurting one. So how do you guys come up with the idea for the tune then, lawn chair in the living room?
Yeah, so
Life
I went
experience?
through a breakup earlier this year, and our co-writer walks into my house one day, and he's like, "Dude, what's going on here? Is everything all right?" And because all my furniture was gone, and the house was pretty bare bones, and I just decided, put the lawn chair out in the middle of the living room, and that's all I needed at the time. And we decided to. He shouted out that, like, "Dude, that's a song title right there." So. We're talking about it with him and our other co-writers. We're like, all right, how can we flip this on its head and turn lemons into lemonade? And that's where the love song part of it comes into play. So,
Tell me about life on the road, you guys and James Barker Band together. What's the dynamic there?
Dude, it is.
they're the nicest guys. Man.
Yeah, it's like it's insane. We've actually gotten to play one show with them back in our hometown. They were doing a release party there, and that was our first time getting to meet them, not on social media or at an event in Nashville. And we couldn't be more excited to be out with them. It's one of those things where you don't feel like you have to get to know somebody, like all tours are, where it's like it takes 5 shows to warm up to somebody or get to know them, and it's like these guys is instant. It's just the best.
Yeah, James is awesome. Actually, it's too bad it's too cold here because I've gone golfing once with Bob and the gang. So I mean, they like getting out. But I know you guys are going to have an awesome tour with it, going pretty much everywhere. So maybe you'll discover even something more about Canada.
Hell yeah, dude! Hell yeah! I'm coming. I'm leaving with the knowledge of what to wear the next time I'm here. I know that.
We're on the hunt for some great pea meal bacon too. So
yeah, we are.
Yeah. I get mine at Costco. It'll be there. So
really, there's 8 months there.
And just in case anybody's still sitting on the fence as to whether or not, we can all be friends together, Ryan and Rory, who are you cheering for in the World Series?
Oh, dude. I mean, I was cheering. I have to. I know I'm going to get crap for this, but I have to say,
no.
Yeah. Listen, my parents met on a blind date at a doubleheader Dodger baseball game.
Oh, okay.
And I would not exist here talking to you without the Dodgers.
Okay, that one's fair. We'll let you.
All right. Well, if I had my choice, I mean, I'm pretty indifferent about both teams. But if I could put the Durham Bulls in the World Series, obviously they're AAA. I'd put them in because I grew up going to
like this
games.
One for Toronto for him, me LA.
Gotcha. Okay, we can all still be friends. We look forward to seeing
that's our diplomatic answer here.
We look forward to seeing you guys coming up Sunday at TCU Place here in Saskatoon, opening up for James Barker Band, Ryan and Rory. Thanks so much for your time, guys.
Man, thank you for yours.